Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Math Made Easy with Terry in 10 minutes. So we'll continue with solving more questions. We'll try and solve more questions on logarithm and exponent. And please review previous videos before coming here. So try as much as possible to review the logarithm laws, the laws of logarithm that we talked about, and the laws of exponential functions as well. And also review the quadratic video series because I will be solving some questions that are going to involve quadratic equations and also the laws of indices as well. So some questions you can solve them with the laws of indices, and you need to also go back and review those videos. Before I start, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and also click the notification bell so that when I post new videos, you'll be the first person to know. All right, let's get cracking. So let's solve this question here. Let's assume we have 1 over 5, uh, 10x plus 2x, are you seeing it? Minus 3 is equal to minus 2.98. Okay, we have this question here, and you were told to find what? X. So like I always say, you can pause this video, all right? Try and solve it yourself. And then when you're done, you can come back and press play and see if you get the same thing that I will get. All right, let's go. So how will I solve this? Like I always say, there are so many things going on. I like to simplify it to make it very easy for me to solve. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take 3 to this side. So we're going to have 1 over 5, okay, 10, 10x plus 2 all raised to our x is equal to minus 2.98 plus what? 3. Now I need to get rid of this 5, okay? So then I'll multiply both sides by 5, okay? But before I do that, let me get the final answer for this. So if you press your calculator, minus 2.98 plus 3, that should give you 0.02. So that'll become 1 over 5, 10x plus 2 all raised to power x. Now, to get rid of this 5, I'm going to multiply both sides by 5. So I'll multiply this side by 5. I'm going to multiply this side by 5. So we're going to have 10x plus 2 all raised to power x, because 5 times 1 over 5 is going to give you 1. So that's why I'm multiplying both sides by 5. Will be equal to 0.02 times 5 will give you 0.1. Okay. Now, the next thing that I want to do as well is that I'm going to apply the laws of indices here. Okay. The first thing is that you can open the bracket. So please, you need to go back and look at the laws of indices. I think in the laws of indices, the law 4. So where I told you that when you have a raised to power m multiplied by n is equal to a raised to power mn. So you multiply both of them, right? So I'm going to do the same thing now. I'm going to multiply to get the answer. So that will give you 10. X times x will give you what? X squared plus 2x is equal to what? 0.1. So this is the laws of indices. So if you go to the laws of indices, I think law 4, have a look at law 4. Then the law 4 where we open the bracket here. So the next thing as well is that we can't move on here because we need to make sure that they have the same what? Base. But I can also apply laws of indices here to convert 0.1, because in one of the laws of indices, I told you 1 over a raised to power m is equal to a raised to power minus m. That is law 5, okay? So please go to my videos on the laws of indices, okay? And try to be very conversant with all the laws of indices, all right? So that means I can rewrite this again to be 10x squared plus 2x is equal to, because this is 0.1, so 0.1 is the same thing as saying as is equal to 1 over 10, and that will be equal to 10 raised to power minus 1. So I can write 0.1 as 10 raised to power minus 1. All right? So I'll clean all this. I'll clean the 0.1. I'm going to write it as 10 raised to power what? Minus 1. So this is going to give us 10 raised to power minus 1. And this is the laws of indices, law 5. Okay, so go to the laws of indices, law 5, and have a look. Okay. Now we have the same base, okay? Now there are two ways of solving this. Either you use the laws of indices or you can use logarithm here, all right? Or you can use lean. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to solve with both of them, okay? So I'm going to solve with indices here, then I will solve with logarithm, okay? So we have 10x squared plus 2x is equal to 10 raised to the power minus 1. So we have 10x squared plus 2x is equal to 10 raised to the power minus 1. Now, laws of indices, I told you that when the base is the same, the powers will be the same. Laws of indices, that's the law 11th law, okay? Law 11. Okay, I told you that when the bases are the same, the powers are going to be the same. So therefore, we have x squared plus 2x will be equal to minus 1. So technically, you can cancel them out. That's what I'm trying to say. So you have x squared plus 2x equals to minus 1. You take minus 1 to the other side. So you're going to have x squared plus 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. Now you are back to what? Quadratic equation. So, and in the previous video, I also have a video series on quadratic equation. And I showed you how to solve quadratic equation. You can solve it. You can also do factorization. We talked about difference of two squares. We talked about when a is equal to 1, common factors, when a is not equal to 1. And also showed you how to use the formula method. Then also we showed about how you can solve using also complete the square method. And also I talked about different concepts around that. So please go back to the video series on quadratic equation and have a look. But what I'm going to do here, I'm going to use factorization method, all right? When a is equal to 1. So if you look at this, a is equal to 1 here. So we're going to have, we're looking for two numbers that you multiply, that is going to give you 1. And when you add it, it's going to give you 2. And that is 1 and 1. So it's going to be x plus 1. And we have x plus 1. Okay? So you're going to have x plus 1 is equal to 0. So therefore, x is going to be equal to minus 1 twice because you're having the same answer twice. But if, for instance, now you don't want to use the laws of indices, okay, you can decide to use logarithm, okay, and that's why we are here, right? So you can use logarithm. So we have 10x squared, all right, plus 2x is equal to 10 raised to the power minus 1. Same thing, the same indices, law 12, law 11. Same indices, law 11, using here. But we want to cancel out this. So you can take the log to both sides. So to cancel out 10, you take log 10 to both sides, all right, to cancel this out. So you're going to have, or you can take lean to both sides. So any one you want. So remember I told you that lean is the same thing as log to base e. So anyone you prefer, so you can take log 10 to both sides. So you're going to have log 10. We have 10x squared plus 2x equals to log 10, 10 minus 1. You bring this down, so you're going to have, that is, if you're bringing this down, so that is log 4, okay, from logs, okay? Then you're going to have x squared plus 2x. We have log what? 10 base 10 is equal to minus 1 log 10, 10, okay? And I also told you that if the powers is the same, or if the log and the base is the same, this is equal to 1, all right? So that will give you x squared plus 2x, all multiplied by 1 is equal to minus 1 times 1. And that will give you x squared plus 2x is equal to minus 1. So you can see we're back to this place. So you have it to the other side. We have x squared plus 2x is plus 1 is equal to 0. You factorize, it will be x plus 1, x plus 1. All right. Then when you have that, then x will now be equal to what? X plus 1 is equal to 0. So therefore, x is equal to minus 1 what? Twice. So that's the value for what? For x there. X will be equal to what? Minus 1. All right. So just for those that are going to go back to have a look, so the concept I applied here, okay, the concept I applied here, bringing this value, this power down, it's logs, loss of logarithm, log 5, okay. So you go back and have a look at the laws of logarithm, law 5, and the concept that this, when you have the same base and logarithm becomes 1, that is law 9. All right, for those that want to go back and have a look, so you can go back and review, that's law 9. So we have a series on that. Okay, so always remember that provided that you're using the right law, you should get the same answer. All right, so let's pick another example. So we've done with this. So let's pick another example. Maybe let's pick something on exponent. All right. So let's pick something on exponent. So let's pick this. Let's solve this question. So number 2, we have exponential 2x minus 7 exponential x plus 12 is equal to 0. All right. So what you can do here is that you can pause the video, try and solve it by yourself. Then when you're done, you can come back and see if you get the same thing. All right, let's go. So we have this now. All right. The best way is that you can try and simplify this first, so that you can have the same exponent on all the sides of the what question. So what we do here is that we're going to apply law 5. So remember law 5, I told you when you have exponential a, b, it's the same thing as saying exponential b, a. Because when you multiply this, it's going to give you ab. And when you multiply this as well, it's going to give you what? AB. So it's the same thing. All right. So I'm going to apply this concept here so that it will be easy for me to solve. Okay. So let's go. So we have exponential 2x. I can rewrite this again to be ex2. Are you seeing it? Because I want it to be exactly the same thing as this. So minus 7 exponential x plus 12. All right. So that I should not be confused, I'm going to just pick a letter to represent this, okay? So I can say let exponential x be equal to m, so that it will be easy for me to see. So all this is going to become m squared minus 7m plus 12. Now this looks pretty now. And now if you look at this now, this is a quadratic equation. And I've talked about how to solve quadratic equation. I've talked about the different methods, the factorization methods. I've talked about complete the square method and the use of formula as well. So please go back and watch the video series on quadratic equation and review it. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to use the trinomial method when a is equal to 1. So I'm going to look for two numbers that I'm going to multiply. It's going to give me 12. And when I add it, it's going to give me minus 7. And that'll be minus 4 and minus 3, because minus 4 minus 3 will give me plus 12. So minus 4 times minus 3 will give me plus 12. And minus 4 plus minus 3 will give me minus 7. So it's going to be m minus 4 and m minus 3 equal to 0. So m minus 4 will be equal to 0, and m minus 3 will be equal to 0. So m is equal to 4, and m is equal to what? 3. But I'm not looking for m. I'm looking for exponential x. Okay, I'm looking for x in this question. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to replace m with the exponential x and solve it now. So this is going to give me exponential x is equal to 4. I also have exponential x is equal to what? 3. Now, if you go to the laws of exponentials, I told you that I think the fourth law that in order to do that, you have to, I didn't tell you, for this one, it's going to be the fifth law of exponential, right? So exponential, the law 5, okay? So that for those that are solving, you can go back and have a look. So exponentials, okay? Law 5, have a look at that. Now, how do you get rid of this exponential sign? Is to take the ln. That is law 4. When I told you that to get rid of exponentials, you take the ln. So to take this out, we have to take the ln of both sides, because an equal to sign, what you do to the left, you have to do the same thing to the right. So it's going to become ln. Exponential x is going to be equal to ln 4. So this is going to cancel that. So we're going to have x is going to be equal to what? Ln 4. And this is equal to what? 1.386. So this is law 4 for exponentials, okay? So for those that want to solve it, So when you go down, for what we applied here is the exponential, right? Log 4. Okay, so exponential log 4. The same thing we're going to do here, exponential log 4. We take the ln of both sides, okay, so we can get rid of the exponential. Take the ln of both sides, so this ln will cancel e, so we have x will now be equal to ln what? 3, and that will give you equal to what? 1.099. So that means the answer for this, so therefore x is going to be equal to 1.386 or 1.099. That will be the answer for this. Okay, so you can see that when you're playing around with this, you need to make sure you get conversant with the laws. Make sure that you are very, very comfortable with them and you understand them. Go to the textbook, go to the worksheet and play around with these laws and see if you can solve them. Let's pick one more question on log. All right, let's pick a question on log. It feels like I've done lots of exponents. So let's pick a question on log. So let's say we have this question, log 3, log to base 3 of x minus 5 is equal to what? 4. Okay, log to base 3 of x minus 5 is equal to 4. And you were told to find what? Find x. Okay, you were told to find x. So the first thing to do, I need to get rid of this log. And how do you get rid of this log? I need to convert this to an index form. So I'm going to apply log 13 of index. Okay, so this is going to be 3x minus 5 will be equal to 3 raised to the power 4. So this is log 13 of logs. So log 13. So when we talk about index to logarithm law, I've talked about this in a lot. So you have to go back and have a look at it, okay? So how to convert from index to logarithm and logarithm back to index. So we talked about this. So it will be 3 raised to the power 4 will be equal to x minus 5. Then we can now say x will now become, take minus 5 to the other side with 3 raised to the power 4 plus 5. And that will give you what? 86, because 3 raised to the power 4 is 81. 81 plus 5 will give you what? 86. So that's law 13. All right. So basically, it's converting the index to logarithm. So for this answer, x here is going to be what? For this question, x is going to be what? 86. Let's pick another question. Um, let's pick something on ln now. Okay, so let's say we have 20 plus ln x plus 3 is equal to what? 35. Okay, 20 plus ln x plus 3 is equal to 35. And we're told to find x. So as usual, you can pause the video, try and solve it. And if you can't solve it, come back, play the video and see where you went wrong. And also, if you got the answer, very good. If you get the answer, very good. Keep it up and try as much as possible to solve more questions from the textbook and the worksheet. All right. So I'm going to take 20 to this side first so I can have only ln on one side. So we're going to have ln x plus 3 is equal to 35 minus 20. So as you can expect in this question, what you're asked to do, you're finding x. So you're meant to find x, all right? You're meant to find x in this question. So we're going to have ln x plus 3 is going to be equal to 35 minus 20 will give you what? 15. Now, we need to get rid of this ln. And I told you in exponential law, the only way to get rid of the ln is to take the exponent of both sides, all right? And that is law 4. So we're going to have exponential of ln x plus 3 will be equal to exponential of what? 15. So this is the exponential. See, go to the exponential law, and I think it's law 4. So this now, we now cancel that. Then we're going to have x plus 3 will give you exponential what? 15. Then we take 3 to the other side. So x, we have x, we're going to give you exponential 15 minus 3. And x, therefore, x will now become, so when you press your calculator, it will give you 3269014.372. and that will be the answer for that. Okay, and that is how you solve questions like that. So you can see we played around with exponential law, we played around with logs. I also talked about with indices as well. All right. So there's still more questions to solve. All right, I'm gonna solve more questions. All right. So because I feel like I've not covered all type of format of questions, so I'm gonna solve more questions in the next video. So that's why you have to click the notification bell so that when I post new video, you'll be the first person to know. So just always remember that when you're doing this, that you have different methods. You can use different methods to solve it, but so far you're using the right law, you should get the same answer. All right. So I'm going to see you in the next video where we're going to solve more examples on this. And hopefully, if you have any question, please don't forget to reach out, send me an email, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video.